boys and girls. We're ready for a great story with Bedtime Stories with Princess and Elaine. Okay, I hope you're all ready. Get your favorite blanket, stuffed animal, or toy, and let's snuggle up and let's get ready. The name of the book I'm going to read you is called Henrietta and the Hat. Now this is a little bit of a smaller book, so it might be hard to see the pages. So if you'd like to, you can close your eyes and use your imagination to picture what you think the characters in the book should look like. Okay, let's get started. Henrietta and the Hat by Mabel Watts. One day, Farmer Flinders bought a new hat. It was a chocolate-covered hat with a band of ribbon around it. A little red feather stuck up on one side. Henrietta the horse took a fancy to Farmer Flinders' hat. That hat would look just right on me, she thought. I wish it were mine. But Henrietta did not get the hat. She got a nice bag of oats every day, but not the chocolate-covered hat. As time went on, the sun shone down on the hat. The wind blew on it, the rains rained on it, and the snows snowed on it. By and by, the chocolate-covered hat began to look rather shabby. That is when Farmer Flinders gave the hat to Mrs. Flinders. Mrs. Flinders wore the hat when she weeded in the vegetable garden. Henrietta saw the hat perched on Mrs. Flinders' head. It had faded. The ribbon was frayed and the feather looked ragged. The brim was beginning to curl up at the edges. But to Henrietta, the chocolate-covered hat still was the most beautiful hat in the world. Such a wonderful hat, she thought. I wish it were mine. But Henrietta did not get the hat. She got a carrot every day, but not the chocolate-covered hat. One day, Mrs. Flinders saw herself in the mirror, wearing the hat. "Oh dear," she said, "this hat is not the least bit becoming to me." She took off the hat and never put it on again. That is when Freddie Flinders began using the hat to gather eggs. Freddie gathered lots and lots of eggs in the hat. He gathered medium-sized eggs, large eggs, white eggs, speckled eggs, and brown eggs. Every day, Henrietta watched Freddie carry the hat full of eggs from the chicken coop to the kitchen door. How truly lovely that hat would look on me, she thought. I wish it were mine. But Henrietta did not get the hat. She got a pat on her back and a knob of sugar every day, but not the chocolate-covered hat. One day, spat! An egg fell through the side of the hat. "There's a hole in this hat," Freddie said. "I can't use it for gathering eggs." He left it lying under a tree. That is when a bird built her nest in the hat. For days the bird flittered here and there, busily collecting leaves and grass and straw to line the hat. Then she laid 4 pale blue eggs in it. By this time, the hat had grown flattish and floppy, but it still looked beautiful to Henrietta. If only I had that hat, she thought, I'd be the best-looking horse in the county. But Henrietta did not get the hat. She got a bed of sweet-smelling hay every night, but not the chocolate-covered hat. The hat made a snug home for the baby birds that hatched from the pale blue eggs. Every morning the mother bird fed her family. The birds grew and grew. They grew right out of the chocolate-covered hat and flew away. Now the hat was drab and dusty, but to Henrietta it looked lovelier than ever. One morning, Farmer Flinders found the hat under the tree. "Look at this old thing," he said to Freddie. "It has 2 holes in it now, not just one." Freddie looked at the 2 holes. Then he looked at Henrietta. He especially looked at her long ears. That's when Freddie put the hat on Henrietta's head. Henrietta had waited a long time for the chocolate-covered hat, and now it was hers. The chocolate-covered hat had fit Henrietta perfectly. She tossed her head and whined her highest, happiest whinny. Henrietta knew she was the best-looking horse in the county. There she is with the hat on. Okay, good night, boys and girls, and pleasant dreams always.